Hello friends, welcome to NJCF. We are learning social science of 10th standard and we are talking about 4th chapter, that is literary heritage of India. In the last video, we talked about medieval literature, we talked about development of Tamil language, Rajasthani language, Khadi Boli, Rich Bhasha as well as Avdi language. Persian was the language of court of Delhi Sultanate. Persian is also known as Farsi and it is a Western Iranian language. It is the official language of modern day Iran, some parts of Afghanistan. Consequently, many Persian words are seen in Indian languages because it was the language of court of Delhi Sultanate. For example, Zameen, Hamesha, Shayad, Zaruri are Persian words which are used in our Hindi language. Many historians emerged out during this period. We get proper description of Indian history through Turkish writer in Persian language. Ziauddin Barani brought Tarikh-e-Firoz Shahi, which gives a detailed account of the region of the Khilji and Tughlaq kings. He also wrote a book on political theory called Fatwa-e-Jahangiri. The most outstanding literary figure of this period was Amir Khusro. He was a poet, historian, mystic, saint, and composer of music. He was also a disciple of Nizamuddin Aulia. Here you can see the picture of Amir Khusro. He is an iconic figure in the cultural history of Indian subcontinent. He brought the Ashika, the Na, Sipihar, the Kiratul Sadayan, the Khazan-ul-Futu and several other works of poetry. He brought poetry primarily in Persian but also in Hindi. He took great pride of his being an Indian and praised India as the earthly paradise. He praised India's flora, fauna, its beauty, its buildings, its knowledge and learning. He strongly believed that in many respects the essence of Hinduism resembled Islam. He considered Hindavali, the Hindi spoken around region of Delhi, his mother tongue and composed many verses in it. So Amir Khusro respected Hinduism and he believed that in many ways Hinduism resembled Islam. He also considered Hindavali as his mother tongue and composed many verses in Hindi language. He composed verses in many languages. He brought a number of bilingual quatrains and verses in Hindi and Persian. The healthy tradition started by him continued for centuries after him. So, Amir Khusro is sometimes referred as the parrot of India and he is also known as the father of Urdu literature. He brought many playful riddles, songs and legends which have become a part of popular culture in South Asia. The regional kings gave a great impetus to regional languages and literature. Bhakti saints preached in the languages of the people. Many of them like Kabir were a great poet. Bhojpuri and Avdi were the major dialects during those days. The works of Kabir are chiefly composed in Sadhukadi. Among them, Kabir's Doha have become a part of folklore. Kabir writings also influenced Bhakti movement, and his verses are found in Guru Granth Sahib. He is one of the most famous dohas that you must have listened. Guru Govind do khade, काके लागो पाए, बलिहारी गुरु आपकी, गोविंद दियो बताए. Then Malik Muhammad Jayasi brought Padmavat in Avdi. There are many other poets of Avdi in this period. Here you can see the picture of Muhammad Jayasi. Moreover, the well-known Ramcharit Manas by Tulsidas was written in Avdi. There are many other writers of Avdi language. Avdi is primarily spoken in the Awadh region of present-day Uttar Pradesh, and the name Awadh is connected to Ayodhya, the ancient city, which is the homeland of the Hindu god Ram. So, in this, beside Hindi language, literature on other languages also developed. In Bengali, the Ramayana by Kritavasa and the 100 of lyrics by the famous poet Chandidas were written under the patronage of the rulers. With Saint Chaitanya's, the tradition of writing devotional songs began. Narsi Mehta brought devotional songs in Gujarati, Namdev and Eknath in Marathi. Namdev and Eknath also influenced Bhakti movement. There were important developments in Kashmir under Jainul-Abdin, under whose patronage many Sanskrit works like the Mahabharata and Raj Tarangini were translated into Persian. So, we will continue with this in the next video.